Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. You're live. Speed Scene Live. Yeah. I got the cool glasses on, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. I'm Diana Might. This is Scott Lucky Hudson here.
I feel like I'm in a Blues Brothers movie.
Oh, yeah. Next to him is why I'm wearing the sunglasses. Brett Big Swag Wagner.
Thank you so much for having me in. Always a pleasure.
Also have Bob Beck.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, look at that. And, of course, Bruce Barker handling the controls.
Apparently, neither Lucky nor I got the big swag memo.
No.
You know, we are the only ones that do not have the long arm of the law issuing a warrant looking for us. So we don't have to wear the sunglasses.
Hey, Brett, so tell us a little bit about where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, you know, I always appreciate you guys bringing me in on a Tuesday night, especially when I got a big gig going on this weekend. I'm going to be in Maple Grove.
Ooh.
Super Chevy Show, July 11th through the 13th.
I love Super Chevy Show.
Yeah, Jet Cars, Pro Mods, Car Show, Midway Swap Meet, Rock and Rob, and myself. So it's
That's a lot of talent in one spot. You and Rock and Rob.
my buddy Brian Lutz, who runs a big show, the Northeast Car Show out there. He's going to be there. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love Pennsylvania.
Yeah, heck yeah. And Bob, what are you going to be doing coming up?
Oh, we got Moon Eyes Open House in Santa Fe Springs and the Collector Car Appreciation Day out at Newbury Park. About 1,000 cars going to be out there.
Wow. Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Busy.
Man. Well, and Bob, what are you going to talk about tonight on the Speed Scene Live Show?
Well, gas is getting stewed. We're going to be talking about Studebakers and some of the records they made with some of the unusual cars, not the ones you may think of.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I always love some. I see Studebakers and drag racing, and I see them in like Bonneville racing, all kinds of stuff. And I know that there's a lot of them out there still racing today.
Yes, there are.
Well, we are looking at some video right now of a couple of Pro Mod racers from the NMCA West, and we're going to get a quick interview with Mike Bowman and John Scalpi. Tonight, we're going to talk to the PTRA, the Pro Tree Racing Association up in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Their website is protree.ca. We're going to talk to Kelly Cooper and Bob Hearns, also known as Snake Bite Racing.
Snake bite.
Snake bite.
Awesome.
Hey, let's see if I got the timing right, too. I want to get a few words in from this video, so let's see if I'm anywhere near correct.
Okay. Are you?
My name is Mike Bowman. I have a Pro Street car. Goes low sixes at 246 miles an hour. All my engine and components, from the rear end to the engine to the transmission, everything runs Redline oil.
Hi, I'm John Shelby. I drive a 1957 Chevrolet Pro Mod Pro Street car. It's a 450 cubic inch Brad Anderson Hemi, 2,800 horsepower. It's on alcohol. I run 60 weight racing oil, racing ATF, and shockproof gear oil. It's the best in the world.
Look at that car.
Good.
Nice car.
Shameless plug, but a good one.
I've seen that car before go down the track. It's nasty.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we want to let everybody know that we're going to have a big off-road show coming up later this month, and we're trying to get the Brotherhood of Street Racing to come to the show and talk about what's going on with them. Right, Lucky?
Oh, that's going to be something great. Now, tonight as well, Lucky's going to show you this brand new bumper that's offered by Unlimited Fiberglass. This is something cool. It's a product review you got to see. Also, Match Race Madness happening August 23rd at Verona. We got a couple of interviews from the last one, so you can take a look at that too, and that's coming up tonight.
And actually, I'm showing John Scalpi because he's sponsored by Unlimited.
This is actually my first Wally. I did a lot of racing over the years, but I have a Wally from Australia, their equivalent, because I've raced over there twice. But actually in the States, I did Super Chevy, and they didn't have Wallies for a long time. Then did AMS stuff, but you know, the Pro Mod and NHRA, I did that for a few years, but it's before they had Wallies. and I've helped people win Wallies, like Danny Rowe and Jay Syverson. But myself, haven't really had the opportunity to race for one. This is probably the third or fourth time I've had the opportunity to win one.
That's a great car, great driver, great team.
I'm John Shelby. I drive a 1957 Chevrolet Pro Mod Pro Street car, and I also build them and work on them. And I use Redline products from front to rear and all the cars I work on and build.
And Brett, he was one of the guys that actually built a muffler so that he could race at Fontana and pass the DB test.
Wow.
He's the guy. He put it together, he cut a muffler, he modified it, put it on the car, and all you would hear would be that blower going.
Wow.
Sort of like a Tesla almost, in a way.
Sort of like a Tesla, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we've got some great photos coming up, and we're going to talk a little bit about Geezer Gassers. There you go. I got distracted for a second there. The Geezer Gassers are going to be on the show next week, and they've got a new sponsor, Haggerty Insurance. Unfortunately, one of the Gassers had a little trouble going home from Bowling Green at Bakersfield.
Wow.
And
Lucky, that looks like your truck.
We saw this on Facebook. Let me just say this. This was posted on Lucky's Facebook page, and everybody's like, what happened, Lucky? What happened?
Yeah.
Well, I was almost in that same situation because this was the result of a front tire blowout.
Ooh.
The car went off the road into the soft dirt. Once it got into the soft dirt, he couldn't pull it back out and ended up flipping the trailer with a pair of beautiful Willys Gassers inside the trailer. Still not sure. Here's one shot. Still not sure how much damage. Hopefully not too much.
Wow.
But, hey, this will be a great segue to talk about Haggerty Insurance with the guys from Geezer Gassers. And, I had that same problem with mine. I had a blowout on my rig going up to Flagstaff, Arizona. I kept it on the road, and it turned out good, but it took out a whole bunch of the body work on the truck.
I think, I remember when that happened, Lucky. That was quite devastating, and it really messes up the rig. I mean, just the belt on the tire comes and just rips off the fiberglass on the truck. It's terrible.
But when you see these pictures, I consider myself blessed because that's all I had happen. And I managed to get a guy come out, put on a new tire, and down the road, and then, later on fixed all the other stuff. But, hey, we're also talking tonight about Match Race Madness. That's coming up at Verona this August. I had the opportunity to race a very talented young lady, a great driver.
Yeah, I bet you don't want to race her now, huh? Lucky, now that she has that new motor in.
She's got a new motor. I can't touch her now. You can't touch this. But Bruce, do you have an interview with her from the DVD, Match Race Madness DVD?
Indeed, I do. I'm going to stall you for 20 seconds because it's live television.
Okay.
Let's talk about that young lady. What was her name again? Beautiful Nova. She's got a really nice Nova.
Diane.
Without the And her and her husband Jimmy are a great team. He runs a Vega, and I know Schwag, you're a big fan of the Vegas.
I love the Vegas.
I found out tonight you used to own a Vega.
I had a.
What did you trade it for? What
no, I traded a washer and a dryer for this Vega, which had a 454 in it, but I couldn't get it started. And after 6 months, my dad said, you got 2 months to get that thing running or it's out of the front yard. And he cut me a month short, and I came home one night and it was gone.
Oh.
But, hey, that's my fault. But if I would have known.
If you'd have known that a Vega would become a chick magnet.
Come on.
Yes. If we all knew back then what we know now, we'd all be millionaires.
Oh, that too.
Yes. Well, hey, we want to let people know that coming up August 23rd, Match Race Madness at Verona, they make a great DVD. They've got racing and they've got interviews. And if you would like to be on it, hey, talk to Steve Sherman, set up a match race, come on down.
The Shermanator.
The Shermanator. It's heads up, 2 out of 3. Bruce, let her roll.
Hi, my name's Sonia, and what's your name today? Diane Brennan. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Tell me how you like racing.
It's a passion for us. My husband and I race together, and we both have cars. And I kind of married into the sport 28 years ago. And
that's fantastic. So tell me what kind of engine you have today.
I have a 556 big block Donovan.
Is there anyone in particular you would like to go against today? Maybe your husband?
My husband and I frequently race each other, but I'm actually racing the Match Race Madness this weekend, so I will be racing Lucky Hudson. We've been here 4 or 5 times to Verona, and we're liking it. It's kind of a drive for us. It's about 3.5 hours, but we're enjoying this track very much. I'm excited. I'm honored because I'm the first woman to be in the match race.
Oh, really?
And but I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't be nervous.
And
don't be nervous.
Just give it my best shot.
Okay, so my last question. I see you dyed your hair purple. Is it to kind of match with your car?
Yeah, kind of. I'm a grandmother of 4, and so I'm having fun with the hair, with the car, and just having a good time.
I would have never guessed your grandmother, ever.
Hi, my name's Chris Laufer. We're here at Verona Drag Strip, Match Race Madness, and you guys are watching Motor Peak.
Hey, we want to thank Motor Peak Motorsports for putting together this DVD. Here I am racing Diana right here, and if you'd like,
there's some good cinematography on there. Some good effects.
Really, they did a great job. If you'd like to purchase this DVD, you can pick it up at Paradise Motorsports down in San Diego.
Look at that! The force of it tipped the GoPro on its side.
Yeah, well, you know.
Oh, that's a beautiful car, Lucky Hudson. Is that yours?
Look at that red pop, huh? That's right. You see that Curry on the side? People call me the rear end guy. And also, I'm a drag racer, too.
Oh, yeah.
In that order.
Yeah, well, the car was hooking. The track was great. The track prep there is always fantastic. Diane and I did some great racing, and if you want to see the whole thing, you can watch the entire thing on the DVD, and hopefully later on we'll get a little bit more coverage, more interviews. We'll see what's happening. First, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to the guys from Pro Tree Racing Association. They're up in Canada. They're going to talk to us about their great series. More big swag, how to trade your Vega for a washer and dryer tips. Stay tuned.
At Aeromotive, we believe that performance means reliability, longevity, and durability. Being the best is no secret. By utilizing aerospace processes, procedures, technology, in-house engineering, true applications knowledge, and 3 generations of track experience, it's easy to see why we're the best. We take great pride in the fact that everything we sell, we design and make in the USA. See our entire line of fuel pumps and related products by logging on to aeromotiveinc.com. Aeromotive. We know it, we race it, we live it.
60 years. That's a long time for a company to do any one thing. Doing it right while sticking to your founding values. Now that takes hard work and dedication. For 60 years, Hedman's all-American workforce has been devoted to manufacturing the very best headers any team of craftsmen can build. That's 60 years of cutting, 60 years of bending, 60 years of welding, more than 2 million in all. And every set made right here at home. At Hedman Headers, we build all American horsepower, then back it up for life. Hedman Headers, made in the USA.
I'm Chip Foose here in Pomona at the drag races with Cowboy Bob, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com.
Welcome back to the show, Speed Scene Live, the fastest show on the net. I'm Lucky. I'm here wearing my LAT Racing Oil T-shirt right here. Diana Might is...
I'm just wearing
I like her shirt better.
So do I.
Big swag, Hot Rod Bob Beck.
American
Schwag, what's your shirt right there?
That's American Muscle shirt. The folks out of PA that came on board to sponsor the rest of the Schwag build, the drag car with the kids at North Montco Tech in Pennsylvania with Mark Rubright Racing. I'm having a banana.
Nice. Now
I should be eating that.
Now, yes, you should. That would help our ratings. Now, Curry Rear Ends stepped up.
Yep.
They gave you a rear end for the car. What are some of the other companies that have stepped up so far?
We've had UPR, ATF transmissions, Feather Carbon with our hood. Gosh. Curry.
What do you need?
Oh, ATF transmission.
What do you need? You're looking for tires right now?
Oh, yeah, we don't have any tires at all. That's the one last thing that we do not have.
Well, that would be the last thing you put on.
That would help.
You know, Corky Coker's a good friend of mine. I should was a good friend. I haven't talked to him in many years. I should give him a holler. But yeah, we need to. You know, it's great. We're building. I can't come on your show and not race against one of you, so that's why we're building the car, and plus the kids are going to get some good exposure out of it to school. And
I want you to build the car. I want you to get in the car and drive it, so I have the opportunity to whoop your ass. basically, because that's the only place I can.
Listen, you don't need a car to do that. You just need to get divorced.
Yo, hey, we're gonna hear more about that car in a future show as things get going. We're gonna do a lot of PR. So if there's a company out there that would like to get involved with tires, or who knows what else you might need,
Supercharger.
Supercharger. There you go. There you go.
You know who we just picked up, which is great, is ARC. You know the ARC, which is great. Yeah, Eric with the nitrous and the bottle warmers.
So you're gonna get a little bit of bottle on there.
We're gonna do a little double bottle.
Oh, nice.
Double bottle.
Now, is one line going to go you as the driver? I mean, you got to be happy too.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're talking to the Pro Tree Racing Association. This is a great association that is based out of Canada, and there's a lot of great racers, a lot of great motorsports up across the Canadian border, and so many people up there are just so passionate about drag racing. And we've got two great people that's going to talk to us tonight. We're going to talk to Kelly Cooper, and we're also going to talk to Snakebite. Dynamite, let's bring them on the show.
Let's go to line 1 and 2 and welcome Snakebite and Kelly Cooper. Welcome to Speed Scene Live, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us. This is fantastic.
Well, it's a pleasure. Now, is that who am I speaking to now?
This is Kelly Cooper. I'm Kelly Cooper.
Okay,
yeah.
And Snakebite, are you there?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just sitting. I'm not in Ontario, though. I'm up in nice, sunny, warm Fresno where it got 108 degrees.
You travel a lot, so I know that you're always somewhere. That's what I know about you. But, Kelly, tell us a little bit about the Pro Tree Racing Association. We've been hearing such great things. We hear you run a great program. The racers have a great time. Tell us a little bit about it in your own words.
Okay, I can tell you where it started off. Started off at a campfire, a couple of disgruntled racers. Well, you know, there's always some disgruntled racers. We had this idea that, you know, maybe we could do something. Maybe we could get together. Actually, it turned out it was just a bunch of guys drinking beers and talking smack. And it went around the fire, and it grew into some crazy idea. The only thing that was crazy about it was the next day, Glenn Tovey approached me and said, you know what, that was some really good ideas. Maybe we could do something. And
you guys remembered them after that?
What's that?
And you remembered them after the beer drinking.
Yeah, we remembered some of it. Yeah, exactly. So the next day we approached Jay Morris, who is now running St. Thomas Raceway Park in Sparta, Ontario, and said, you know, we'd like to try to put on a race. The track was struggling. They were down for a couple of years. So Jay got on board in 2010 and was bringing the track back to life, and we just really liked his attitude, and what he was doing there was really positive, and we wanted to be a part of it. So we made a couple phone calls. We normally, me and my wife and Glenn Tovey also, we race the Ontario Streetcar Association, the OSCA. So we're really into Pro Tree racing, and there's not a lot of that up here. So we thought we would bring that style of racing to St. Thomas. It gave us another place to race, which is actually closer to home. And like I said, we just wanted to try to do it.
Now, what I've heard... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Is this an 8th mile track or quarter mile?
It's a quarter-mile track, but they've shut it down to 8 because the shutdown area is not so great.
Okay.
So, and I think because of insurance reasons, it's cheaper for them to run at 8.
It is absolutely cheaper. Yeah, it's less expensive. But yeah, I mean, you have to be a really good racer to race 8th mile. Not that the quarter-mile racers aren't great, but I tell you, you can win and lose a race a lot quicker in the 8th mile, and you have to be on the ball, really.
That's right. It really happens really fast. So
now, Kelly, from what I understand, the racers tell me that you put on a great program where a lot of times they'll get like a cash prize for winning. They'll get a cash prize for some other things like best package or best reaction time. You guys kind of mix it up to make it fun for all the racers.
Yeah, we found that everybody wants to win something, regardless of whether it's the race or a small prize. And what we started doing is our first race went off. We had our first race in 2012, and it was the last minute thrown together thing we put together in 30 days. We had a couple great sponsors come on board. We had Belmont Automotive and Griffin Autotech. Silverberg Towing came on board with us, and they gave us some prizes. And unfortunately, the race got rained out, but we had 35 people show up for 100% rain out, so we were super impressed with that. Mm-hmm. And so we decided, most places, if it rains out, they just send you home and you don't get anything. You might get a rain check, but we decided we'd go around all the racers and we would give them a choice. We could give them $50 of their tech card money back, and they could go home and have a great day, or we would throw all their tech cards in a hat and we'd pull out a winner, a runner-up, and 2 semifinalists. So 15 of the racers took their money and went home and had a great time, and then the rest, we pulled this racer lottery, and what it did is it brought all the racers over to our trailer at the end of the day, at the end of the race day, and everybody had a great time. It was a lot of fun. So when we decided to do this again in 2013, we went and approached people with our idea, and we had so many great people on board. We had so much stuff to give away. We didn't know how to give it away. So we came up with, obviously best package. That's been done before, but we have a best package. We have number one qualifier gets a prize.
What all goes into that?
What's that?
I said best package. What all goes into that?
So it's your best, the person with the best reaction time and closest to their dial.
Okay. Cool.
So if you cut a perfect light and ran right on your number with a 0, well, you absolutely would have the best package.
Well, there you go.
So
that's not the kind of package Diana was thinking about.
No, that's not the one she was thinking about?
No. You start off with a campfire, a bunch of beers, and,
Then you start talking about best packages.
I wasn't going to say anything there either. But
Snake bites Diane.
When are you quiet? Come on now.
Now, Snakebite, I got to ask you a question because Bruce is going to pull up a photo of somebody wearing a red shirt, and I want to know what's the story behind the red shirt, Snakebite.
This is just an awesome idea to go along with it. You cannot. That's Dan Pepper modeling that shirt. I have one too. The only way that you can get one of these red shirts is to win a race. So you're in an exclusive club winning a race because you get to wear one of these great T-shirts. And I thought it was just an awesome idea. Yeah. I started last year at the last race with the PTRA, and I was so impressed with the way the St. Thomas has turned around, and Kelly and Glenn and Sue, and they run such a great show. I got nothing in the game. I'm a racer, but I really love the PTRA. And I mean, even if you red light, you get a prize for red light. I mean,
best red light.
Holy smokes!
Now here's a picture of the Snakebite car right here, the red and white car. What's it say on the door, Snakebite?
That's Transport and Service. That's the company that I work for. They're a great sponsor of mine. I also, speaking of ARC and Eric, they're also a sponsor of our car, even though we don't have nitrous on. But they're great. They give me a chance. I've got all the dates booked off for the PTRA races. What I like about the PTRA races is they're 2-day events. And you can go in there and you can race Saturday and you can race Sunday. You can go in Friday, tune your car up. It's such a, I can't say enough about these people.
Now let's go back to that trophy poster, Bruce, because Bruce has got a photo of you guys or somebody holding one of those trophies, and it looks like it's about 6 feet tall.
Big trophy. Yeah.
It's a big trophy.
No,
Either that or these are 18-inch tall people holding it.
Yeah, they're little people.
And
that trophy is for our East versus West winner.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
So we tried to come up with I tried to come up with a way to get some heads-up guys to come out and race with us, but do the opposite to what normally happens. Normally, we're bracket racers. My wife has a 990 car, so what happens is we go to these big dollar races with the heads-up guys, and they take the money out of our entry fees and stuff, and then give it to the heads-up guys, right? So we thought we would do something opposite. We call it East versus West because St. Thomas is right about in the middle of Ontario. And there's a lot of fast streetcars in Toronto area, a lot of fast streetcars in the Windsor area. So right in the line, St. Thomas is the middle. Now the East versus West stuff, those guys come and qualify Saturday and race Sunday. But it's no rules other than you have to run a 10.5 tire. So it can be any 10.5 tire. You can have you could be a Pro Mod car with a set of 10.5s on it or drag radials. I don't have time to police, or we don't have scales, so we don't have any of that stuff. So it's just they pay $65 to come and race with us. We give them at least 4 or 5 runs on Saturday, as many as they want on Sunday, and the winner gets a trophy. It's all about ego. No money involved. They win nothing.
Hey, Kelly, it's Brett Wagner here. Let me. What other tracks do you guys race at? Because I go up to Canada a lot and get to hit a lot of the cool tracks up there. So where else do you guys run shows at?
Right now we only race at St. Thomas.
Okay.
The purpose was to give back. Like we don't take any money personally. All the money we get from tech cards and from our sponsors go to the racers and the track.
Cool.
So when racers come in the gate, they get the gate fees goes completely to the track. Your tech card money, we charge $65 for a tech card, so $50 of that goes directly into the purse. $10 goes back to the track to pay for ambulance, staff, whatever costs the track might concur, and we take $5 a tech card just to pay for advertising and stuff that we have to do.
Hey, Kelly, I got a question here. I'm on thefote.com. I'm doing crew updates. Oh, hey, look, that Snake just won that race right there. Look at that. Way to go, Snake
Lights
Bite.
on. He got it.
Yeah, you got the wind light in your lane. Hey, they want to know how many months out of the year can you race up there in Canada?
We can re-race from weather permitting. In Ontario, anyways, we race anywhere from April to October. Mid-October gets kind of
No,
crappy.
it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad season.
Not bad at all.
No. Do you have to have Rickawall snow tires?
Yeah.
No, we just have snowmobiles for that.
There you go.
Boy, the track looks beautiful.
Yeah,
Look at all
beautiful
the
scenery.
trees and how green it is. Gorgeous.
The atmosphere at St. Thomas is unbelievable. Like I remember going there when I was a kid, and I got videos from the 70s from my dad racing there, and other people I hang out with, Tom Craig, Al Lozon. It's a great track. There's something, I don't know, really calm and peaceful about it. It has to do with the trees. I think has a big thing to do with. And the history in the track. It was opened in 1962. It's one of the oldest drag strips. I think it's the oldest drag strip in Ontario.
It's kind of like going golfing or going to a cemetery, It's just nice to be outside.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great track. It's a great track to be at. It's nice and this St. Thomas was the first NHRA sanctioned track in Ontario, if not all of Canada.
Oh, very cool.
This track has some history. And it's you get there. It's not like any other drag strip. You get there, and it's nice. Like Kelly says, it's calm. It's cool. All the racers come up and visit you, and if you red light, somebody's there to laugh at you. Well, that's okay. And it is possible on a 500 and a 400 Pro Tree to red light. I've done it.
I can imagine you have.
You know, years ago, Lucky and I were back east, and we went to a racetrack that this track actually reminds me a lot of. It was the George Ray racetrack. It was
Arkansas, wasn't it?
back in Arkansas.
Paramount, Arkansas.
And it was just so green and so luxurious, and you know, it was like an old hometown track, kind of like this, with the little booth right in the middle, and you know, it makes you feel good to race at a track like that.
It really does.
The best way to describe this track is if you go there, you will say, "Holy wow, this track's never come out of the 50s."
Yeah. I love it.
I like that.
Bob Beck, you better go.
Yeah, I better go.
Yeah.
I'll feel right at home
Wait,
there,
there's
yeah.
Brett's Vega right there.
Oh, I wish.
That's the Vega he traded away racing a drag strip.
Now, Kelly and Snakebite, I've been to Mission. I've been to Castrol Raceway. I go work Interlake out there in Gimli quite often. But I hope to maybe before the end of the year get out to see you guys.
That would be excellent. We got a couple more dates coming up. We got July 19th and 20th. We will be there with the Ontario Streetcar Association, which will be an awesome race. August 2nd and 3rd, we will be there with the Can-Am Superstocks. And September 19th and 20th, we will be back with the Can-Am Superstocks, and we'll also have our final East versus West race.
Cool.
And I got $25 if somehow, on accident, one of those winner's shirts got sent to me.
Oh, is that right? 25? I don't think that's enough. I want a shirt, and I can't even have one. And it was my idea.
You got to earn the shirt.
Well, Brett's building a race car, so you know what? Maybe he can take it up there, and he can actually race and win a race, and then win one of those shirts.
There you go. I'll load his car on my trailer. I'll bring it up, and we'll both race.
We'll do it.
And
How about that?
And I'll talk about it all.
Yeah.
When you come out to Bowling Green next year, it's only another 250 miles north.
That's nothing. That's nothing.
That's nothing.
I'll be there. Hey, you guys, thanks for calling. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Do me a favor. Give us a call after your next event. And if you can shoot some video or some photos of the winners, let us know who won the event. And we'd be happy to talk about it on the show.
And real quick, do you have some major sponsors that are sponsoring your races?
Yes, I absolutely have some major sponsors. I hope you're going to let me.
Absolutely.
I got to thank all the sponsors that came on board. Henry Roffelson and Chuck Lindsay of R&L Racing stepped up huge this year for us. We have returning sponsors: Performance Unlimited, Belmont Automotive, Griffin Autotech, Chase Insulation, Boomer and Deb Duquette, Klotz and Rhinotech, Cheapside Auto and London Restcheck, Meisner Motorsports, Dragon Den Photography, Westside Performance, Hutch's Transmission, Tom Craig, Forest City Tire, Swift Family Racing, Drew's Auto Body, and Subaru of London.
Wow, congratulations. That's
Nice.
great. It's a great lineup.
A lot of support. Snakebite, how about you?
I got we're almost a fully funded sportsman team. I got Transport in Service. I got Morrison Automotive that helps us out. I got Eric down at ARC in Florida. They help us out. I got a company called AirCap. You should check into them, Scotty. They'll do your trailer wonders. And I also have Consolidated Accounting Services. But next, I have to say our next race on the 18th and the 19th. I hope I got that date right. I'll either be a day later or a day early.
19th and the 20th.
19th and the 20th. The Sisters of Speed have stepped up with the PTRA, and when you come up and buy your tech card, and you bring your wife, girlfriend, significant other with
or
you, or both, or you know,
that might be messy.
They're giving we'll just say they're giving the ladies something, if I'm correct with that, Kelly, right?
A free mani and petty.
Don't tell anybody, but it's a bottle of wine.
Whoa, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Now that's hospitality. A pretty girl with a bottle of wine. I'm there.
Sounds like a party on a Saturday night to me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you can't do that, Kelly, because look what happened to my poor loving wife, Joyce, last time we were racing.
Oh,
tell us more, Bob.
No. We're going to save that for another night. Hey, Bob, Kelly, thank you so much. We got to go to a commercial break, but call us after the race. Let us know who the winners are, who got the trophies, and most importantly, who's wearing the red shirt on the next day.
Ah, yes. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you guys
Thanks
later.
for your time.
Good talking to you.
We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Bob. We're going to find out about his Studebakers on crack, and we got we got a product review from Unlimited Fiberglass Products.
All right, all that coming up. Speed Scene Live.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies, and other underside parts like correct link steering systems keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at currieenterprises.com. Everyone in the armed forces that has served to defend our great country and our freedom, all of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to mandhtires.com. That's mandhtires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, mandhtires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you, slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online. Mention the Speed Scene and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. mandhtires.com.
Hi, I'm Chico from Moon Eyes. I get gas on the Speed Scene.
This is Stormy Bird, the driver of the Revelation Modified Fuel Roadster, and when I'm not drag racing, I'm watching Speed Scene Live, always with Diana and Lucky Scott.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Currie Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and thefote.com.
Tis a fine evening or morning, depending on what country you're watching us in right now. To be watching Speed Scene Live. Hope you had a great July 4th holiday. Hope you had a holiday at all. Some people did. Some people had shorter ones, longer ones. I'm Bruce Parker. There's Diana Mite.
Welcome.
Lucky Hudson's in the house. Brett Big Swag.
Real quick before you get to our next band here, I just want to say a little. Me and Dynamite want to send a little shout out to our brothers in arms.
Yes, absolutely.
Germany. Hey! 7-1 today.
Yeah. All right.
I'm part of that too.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
sorry, Bob. Sorry, Bob.
Get the name Beck.
I'm sorry. I forgot about it. I thought you were named after a beer.
I wish.
Wait, wouldn't that be a German beer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess
yeah.
it would.
Yes,
German. We got that at the end. Yes, we did.
Sorry about that, Bruce.
So, Bob, what do you got going on? Give us a little gas.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. I'm Bob Beck, and you've got Gas on Speed Scene Live, and we get stewed tonight. You know, most people think of the Lowy designed, sleek little Studebakers that go to the drags or go to Bonneville, but those aren't the only cars that go. And actually, there were others that were faster, and this Lark was one of them, believe it or else.
Is that right?
That is right. You know, back in 1962, now this is 1959, Studebaker was ahead of their time. They were the first ones to come out with a compact. The problem was that was their full-size car. No, that wasn't, but it was a compact car. They beat all the major manufacturers to the punch with a compact. It sold better than any other Studebaker in history until the following year when Ford introduced the Falcon and Chevy introduced the Corvair.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, with the supercharge option on them, these are the kind of mile per hours they were getting.
Wow.
The Lark, 132. The Gran Turismo, which was still based on the old small Lowy style body, although it wasn't really small, at 140 miles an hour with the R2 supercharger.
Holy cow.
That's faster than any of my cars right now.
I know. You don't think about it. Now, this is the strange one. That's a Packard.
Yeah, see, the snout of that thing's just got to go.
Now, what happened was, during many of the years of operation for Studebaker, they went into bankruptcy and receivership and had to get restructured a lot. Packard actually bought Studebaker. Studebaker then absorbed Packard. Now, they tried to build the big Packard cars, but they gave up the Packard factory. So they tried to move production to the Studebaker factory. Studebakers are a lot smaller than Packards. They wouldn't fit on the assembly line. So they took the Studebaker Hawk series, put a fiberglass nose on it, a scooped hood, added some fins, and voila, you've got a Packard. It also had the Packard engine in it, which was a lug of iron. It made it real heavy over the nose. Needless to say, these cars did not last very long, and the Packard relationship went away quite quickly, and the cars disappeared. One of the most stylish pickups out there was the early Studebaker pickups. They were really smooth and rounded in design before the Chevys and the Fords got there.
Interesting.
Now, here's a Studebaker shot at one of the international car shows, and you see the Lark in the background. Yeah, that was the Gran Turismo. Very, very nice car.
They definitely had updated the roof line by then, right?
It's by then they went to the formal roof,
Yeah.
and the basic body stayed the same. But if you look at those Studebakers, you look at the grill, what does that remind you of?
My 16-year-old girlfriend that had braces?
Bucket teeth, yes.
No, sorry.
Think of Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, okay.
Studebaker had an agreement with Mercedes-Benz, and in the early days of Mercedes in the U.S., they were the importer, and Studebaker dealers sold Mercedes as well.
What do you know?
So they kind of copied it. Here's that Gran Turismo from the front, and it was a striking car.
That is
They were
pretty.
good handling. Now, this car got that little red thing on top.
What is that?
That's a Paxton Supercharger.
Oh,
and you can get
what?
it right from the factory.
Doggy.
Yeah, Brent needs one of those for
I
his
do
race
need
car.
one of those.
Yeah, now they call him Vortex, but
Vortex.
Andy Granatelli was involved then, and his son Vin, or his family member Vince, and so forth, is doing it today up at the Ventura area. Now, people don't think of Studebaker and high-performance cars in the early days, but they were one of the top runners at Indianapolis during the years of the stock block, and that's one of the ads they ran. Studebaker came in second, third, and fifth in 1932, and that was with stock block Studebaker motors. Of course, they were
Dang.
modified just a little bit. Here's the 5 of them that entered that race that year, and this is the old Pagoda timing tower for Indianapolis back in those days. They were great cars. They lasted. They didn't have mechanical problems. Stock block cars coming in the top 10.
Hard
that
to
was almost
believe.
unheard of.
Jeez.
There's the motor right there. Little 6-cylinder, flat head. No exotic overhead cams, no big stuff. They did it, and they did it with a stock engine.
And that's four single throat carburetors?
Yeah, probably Carters or Zeniths at the time. But, with a little bit of modifications, they got these engines to qualify right up there at the top at Indianapolis.
It's amazing.
There's one of the shots from the museum itself, I believe. One of the Indy cars, they're still around.
What do you
Here's
know?
another one that is still used in vintage racing. They put a roll bar in it, so it's somewhat legal. There's another one, but these are the cars that competed in the days of Indy and stock block rule. Now, one of the other things they were doing was they were winning at the economy run. Studebaker's got excellent fuel mileage. And this little 6-cylinder, still a flathead, Studebaker Lark, 1959. They were tough, and they were one of the winners of the pure oil, which later became the mobile economy run.
Oh, sure.
There's the back shot of that Gran Turismo. That was one of the best-looking cars that Studebaker came out with. Very nice, very luxurious. That was one of the first personal luxury cars. Now, this car set them on the map, the Avanti.
The Avanti.
And this is one of the early ones. You can tell by the round headlights with the glass covers. This one sits in the Museum of Art here in Los Angeles. And that was Dick Van Dyke's personal car.
Is that right?
Oh, Laura!
Little 289. This is some of the ads. Now, when that Studebaker first came out, Andy Granatelli was associated with Studebaker. And one of the companies that was owned by Studebaker was a company you might remember. It's called STP.
Yeah.
And now STP did not stand
Stone
for Studebaker.
Temple Pilots?
Yes, that's right. But they changed it to Studebaker Tested Product later on. And Andy Granatelli took a fleet of Avantis, Larks, and Gran Turismos to Bonneville. They set over 100 records. 23 alone just with the Avanti, with the R2 supercharged motor. And here's a nice shot of one of the last of the Studebaker Larks. Now, unfortunately, Studebaker, in their last go-round in receivership, did not last. They had pulled all the manufacturing out of the U.S., went to Canada.
What happened to Studebaker? I mean, it seems like
Poor
they were so
management.
advanced, so ahead of their time, got great gas mileage,
They did.
had great horsepower,
And then they had ugly
all
cars
the
like
things
this.
going for them, and then they just went away. I mean, is it one of those secret things like, oh, you're getting too great a gas mileage and you're doing too good, we're going to have to
It was one
shut
of those
you
things.
down?
They were one of the independents, and you had Nash, you had Rambler, you had all the independents at the time.
Sure.
And they could not compete with the pricing that the big
the Fords and the Chevys.
The Fords and the Chevys.
I thought they
specifically.
were too big to fail.
Yeah, well, at that time the government didn't bail you out, so they
No.
went under. But here you saw that last picture, 337 speed records in 1964. And Valvoline and Ashland Oil, and I'm not sure who Ashland is now, but it was Valvoline back then, but they also had gasoline. They just blistered the Bonneville salt flats.
Isn't it amazing to think in '64, essentially Studebaker was dying. It was done.
Yeah, he was dying.
how
And they
sad.
set all those records that same
How
year.
sad.
And then that was to try and get people to buy the product because they had some great product.
Yeah.
Now, even the Avanti, instead of
It's a good-looking car right there.
It's a
Yeah,
great looking
me
car. It's a
too.
4-seater. It was fiberglass. So it was kind of like a Corvette in that respect, but it was a good handling vehicle. They had some problems. First off, everyone had big motors. The biggest they had was a 289. It was supercharged, and it definitely was quick. No question about that. It sat on the same chassis as the regular Studebakers. So antique engineering in the handling department, they were able to get it to work well, but it was still antiquated technology.
But the
in that
fiberglass
respect.
body made it light, so
Oh, yeah, it
it
was
wouldn't have
fast.
been an issue to
No,
sit on the
and
same
it was,
chassis.
and it was strong too.
Would have been a good race against my Honda Element.
There you go. But the Avanti was a really top car. It stayed in production through the 80s through different owners.
Sure.
And sometimes it even had Chevy chassis.
I do believe there's a famous picture of Wilt Chamberlain getting out of an Avanti. He had one where they had the seat all the way back.
Oh, yeah, way back.
Wilt the Stilt.
Wilt the Stilt, trying to get into one of those. Now, they weren't a small car. They were about the same size as a regular Studebaker, but they were an amazing machine that is just gorgeous. This is, like I said, this is Dick Van Dyke's car, and the early ones had the round headlights that were glass covered. The federal laws changed, and the later models had a square headlight that was not covered. And that was one of the things that had to change back then. For some reason, the feds thought that a covered headlight was not good. Now that's all you can get. That's what every car has. But at that point in time, they weren't technically savvy enough to understand that. But the Studebaker was a great car. In 1964, they pretty much shut down U.S. production, moved all the production to the Canadian plants. That lasted for a couple of years. The last year of the factory Studebakers got Chevy 283s. The 289, which was very similar to the Cadillac and the Oldsmobile motors of the time. Very thin wall casting, very tough motor, very reliable engine, put out some great horsepower. But in the days, in the 60s, you had the 409s, the 426s.
Yeah.
You had the big motors, and Studebaker didn't have the money. They started out making wagons, made their fame and fortune during World War I, or during the Civil War, World War I, building wagons for people.
Did you just say the Civil War?
Yeah, Civil War. They came into the U.S. Just about that time, and sold a lot of military wagons, a lot of personal wagons, because people didn't have cars, remember. Their first cars, though, we talk about today with the Fisker and the Tesla. Well, the first cars Studebaker made for their first 10 years making automobiles were electric.
Oh, how about it? I did not know that.
So they were so advanced. They were so far ahead of their time.
They were progressive and such. They just never got the volume up. The Lark was their, like I said, this car was their highest volume vehicle in 1959, but by 1960, half the sales were gone.
Wow.
They sold 160,000 cars in 1959. 130,000 of them were Larks.
You can still see, you go to some car shows, like me and Bob go a lot, and I do see some of the Studebaker trucks.
Yeah, they've become popular among the hot rodding group because of their styling, and they were solid.
Well, and I think occasionally a Champ truck, which used the front end of a Lark.
Yeah, the ladder of their trucks used the front end of a Lark.
And the
cab
back end of like
truck.
an old Dodge or something.
It kind of looked that way, but yeah, they had, that was their personal luxury truck.
What do you know?
I guess you could say.
Man.
Well, it's always interesting listening to the different cars and looking at the pictures. I was at a car show the other day, Bob, and remember when you did the show on, I want to say it was the Kaiser? Is that what it was? The one where the doors slide into the front
Kaiser
fender?
Darren, yeah.
Okay, so the coolest thing, I was walking around this car show with my girlfriend. I went, oh my God, you got to look at that car. And I told her all about it from what I learned here on the show. And I go, this is the most unique car at this car show. And we weren't there more than 15 minutes, and they started naming the winners. Guess what? That car took the number one prize.
That's
and
cool.
she's like, how did you know? And I'm like, I knew. Watch Speed Scene Live, and you'll know too.
Just another side note, the top mile per hour of a considered stock at the time, Avanti, at Bonneville was 178 miles per hour.
Oh,
holy moly!
Man, that's faster than chili goes through my system.
Yeah,
and that's
even
fast.
Chili John's chili.
Oh well, chili. Well, I love. Let's not talk about Chili John. They're closed for a month.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
They're
It's summertime. What do you expect?
I got to go to Cupid's now by Cal State Northridge.
Oh, yeah. Cupid's. That's another place to try.
You can always make your own chili too.
Hey, I know we're going to get into a big conversation about chili, which ties in well with Bob's gas,
Yes.
by the way.
It does,
I appreciate that. But I think I would like to show the product review of the Unlimited fiberglass front bumper, because this is something that a lot of people are interested in. Unlimited's been a company that's been around for a long time. In fact, Diana Might runs Unlimited fenders and hood
absolutely.
on your car. I ran them on my El Camino race car back when I raced that. And they've recently come out with a new design where they incorporate a spoiler. Bruce, that would be on the hard drive, by the way.
That's right.
The cool thing about this, Lucky, is we're always looking for do-it-yourselfer type projects.
Yep.
Here's one for you guys out there.
Now, here's a before shot. Of course, the crew chiefs there are helping us out. But the Curry rear ends, Hedman headers, Aeromotive, Speed Scene Live 66 Nova has got a regular bumper. Let's hear about the new deal. We've got this great new bumper from Unlimited Products. Unlimited Products, a company that's been making fiberglass products for years. And check this out. It's a bumper for the Novas, but they built in a spoiler lip. You know, the Novas have always kind of needed a little spacer in the front to give them a good look. And as you can see from the Curry rear ends Nova in the background there, I don't have that cool look. Bumper kind of sits up in the air. Kind of looks like it needs a little something. Well, here's a bumper with that little something built right in. Unlimited Products now offers this bumper and many other models and years of cars, not just 66 Novas. They offer it with this spoiler built into the bumper. So all you have to do is install a new bumper. You get the whole deal. Now, I haven't installed it yet. I'm getting ready to do it right now. I showed you the before. And even though I haven't mounted it, you can see it's really going to look good. So that's my job for today. Let's pull the old bumper off, let's mount the new bumper, and let's get it all handled. I want to thank Unlimited Products for giving us this cool bumper to try out. I think it looks really good just like that. I think it'll look even better when it's actually mounted on the car.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Lucky. You were able, because the bumper has flex, you were able to sort of just push it on over the existing bumper.
Yeah. Just I'm taking the bumper off now. I'm going to mount it. I didn't really mount it, but it reproduced the size and shape of the old bumper so well. I could just kind of stick it up there.
Yeah, cool.
Very cool.
It looked good, but
You got those quick release latches, right?
yeah. So I'm pulling it off, and then I got to mount the latches and do all that deal, and of course support it. But yeah, it takes a little bit of work, and of course, anytime I do a job,
Takes a little longer.
It takes a little longer, and then I got to go back and fix the things I messed up while I was doing the job.
You know what I would worry about right now is that I know you must have placed it on the Nova to get where the holes are going to be drilled. I would probably get one of them in the wrong spot by like a quarter inch, and then you go, oh,
That's where
of course.
But remember the bolts I showed you in April? That's what you use when that happens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your special bolt. Your April Fool's deal. Yes. Well, of course that did happen, but I've got a little bit of fiberglass resin and some hardener, and I can fix anything. And
look at how fast he's drilling.
I know. I wish I could do something that fast.
He's drilling
Get something done.
I think we're watching an episode of Benny Hill.
Yeah. Well, watch how fast I install this, because man,
Isn't
once
this
that
what
coffee
they do
kicks
on
in,
TV? They always speed everything up. Oh, this bolt was so easy to come off. Look, it's only been on here for 50 years, but I can take it off with my fingers.
And in typical style, my own personal style, I put the sunglasses on the hood of the car, and as I work on the car, eventually the sunglasses fall off, and then the whole time I'm watching this, I'm watching how close I come to crushing the sunglasses. But
those are your Oakleys, right, Lucky?
No, not Oakleys. No. These are my $10 Home Depot safety glasses.
The Lokes, the cheap Lokes.
Yeah. While you're working on them or on the hood, yes.
Yeah. But they'll come down.
I like here that you can see they're moving a little bit. Yeah.
And then, of course, the dogs come by every once in a while. I try to edit a lot of that out because, you're working, and then all of a sudden the dog comes up and sticks its nose. Yep.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah. Now, I have no idea they've fallen, so as you'll see, I'm waiting to see video of me crushing the sunglasses.
It's like your rear end has a mind of its own. It's like watching out for you.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
one bad fart and they're gone.
It's just, well, listen, I still got a little more work to do, and I think it's really starting to look good, and I'm going to leave it that black color, but let's see what else is going on.
Oh.
All right. I've been drilling holes. I've been installing these little quick latch hardwares. I've been working on getting alignment. So let's see if I got it now. Let's find out if it's going to fit.
Okay, here we go.
Nice to see you, Phil.
It was only 105 degrees out there, Lucky, that day you were doing this?
That's okay. You know what? I wasn't in the sun. That's all.
Oh, here's the drum roll.
And he looks back to hear where the drum's coming from.
Yeah, well, you got to get all the latches to attach, otherwise the thing's going to flex. But I think the black kind of brings out the black flame.
It does. I like it. I like it. And it's not shiny, glossy black. It matches the black on the flames.
Yeah, it's sort of satiny, and then the whole shot wheels with the M&H tires on the front. It all ties together. I think it looks pretty badass.
Thank you for reminding me about one of my sponsors there.
Whole Shot Wheels.
That's right. Thank you, buddy.
The best wheel company in the world, Whole Shot Performance Wheels.
Two of the nicest people in the world running that, helping that.
That's right. Good. Well, you know what? They're a great company, and they look great on the car, and they've been working flawless now for a long time. Zero problems, super lightweight. And there you go, 5 latches, all latched on.
Is your head stuck underneath there?
No, I can't get my
spoilers down low enough. It's caught him at the neck.
It's funny, though. The Novas just need that little extra bit. It just doesn't look right without it.
You might pick up a 10th or 2.
And I might pick up a 10th. I don't know. Let's see what I have to say here. Maybe there's some... Oh, don't forget those sunglasses.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want to break those. All right. Looks like it fits. Now I just got to clean up my mess. Another great product from Unlimited Products. Unlimited is a great fiberglass company. They make very affordable products for race cars, street cars, and they sponsor and they support local drag racing. They're a sponsor of NMCA West. They're a sponsor of the Pro Mod 57 Chevy. They're involved. Check out their line of products. See if there's something there that you can use. Take some weight off your car. That's right. It's hard to take weight off the driver. So let's take the weight off
Ain't
the
that the
car.
truth?
How did you know?
Unlimited products.
This is so cool because
Yeah,
so
it
many
looks sharp.
guys want to know what can I do to lighten my car up and do it myself without taking it to, some fabricator. This is a perfect example,
Amazing.
guys, of what you can do.
Yeah.
If Lucky can do this, you can do this.
Now, you had
Exactly.
a fiberglass bumper on your car, but a lot of the guys are running steel, and this will save you a good, 5-10 pounds?
At least.
Oh, maybe even a little more. And the brackets themselves are about 8 pounds.
Yeah.
So it looks better. It's lighter. It's on the nose of the car, which is a great place to take the weight off. And like Diana might said, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
And I got to admit, purely from a visual standpoint,
looks
I
great.
like the little beak it's got on the bottom.
Yeah.
The air dam
Yeah.
makes it
Yeah.
look badass
It
as
does.
well.
It does.
Yeah.
It kind of gives it that lowered look.
Now,
much
if you,
lower, yeah.
now, if you would just cut your ponytail off and get a mohawk, it would just match that car.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be
I get
happening,
you.
Swag. Yeah.
And I was just about ready to say deal, but I'm changing my mind.
Yeah. Won't be happening tonight, I'll tell you that much.
Consensus there.
Just remember, I'm the rear end guy. I'm not the mohawk guy.
That's right, yeah.
I'm the ponytail.
I was going to get a mohawk, but they called it a schmohawk.
Yeah, notice that if people at home haven't noticed, but the man sitting next to me, the man that's got gas, got a little haircut, shaved the stash off, no goatee.
Pressure washer. Took it all off.
6 months younger you look.
Yeah.
At least.
You know,
yeah.
I'm gonna throw some hair color in that hair, though. I'll tell you that much.
We got you. It is tough to get the color right on.
The good news is he's now a male model.
Yeah.
The bad news is his twin sister's also a male model.
Yeah, but we never get the right amount of postage stamps.
Hey, listen, we're at the end of the show. Schwag, you're going to be at Maple Grove.
Maple Grove this weekend, Super Chevy Show. Then August 16th, going to be back at Maple Grove for the American Muscle Car Show in Extravaganza. And then the end of August, 29th, 30th, and the 1st, I'll be at Gimli Interlake Dragway out there in Manitoba, I believe it is.
Manitoba,
I think so.
awesome.
Interlake
Awesome.
Dragway. It's in Canada.
Cool.
Well, don't forget the Pro Tree Racing Association. We talked to them tonight. They are going to be at St. Thomas July 19th and 20th. Go out for 2 days of racing. If you miss that, August 2nd and 3rd. And then they're going to finish up the season with East versus West, September 19th through 20. That's the PTRA. You can see them at ptra.ca.
We got to go up there and all get shirts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
July
Yeah.
18th, the NDRL Nostalgia Drag Racing League will be racing at Blue Suede Cruise at Summit Motorsport Park.
Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Diana Might, you did a great job tonight. Schwag, great having you on the studio.
Thank you, buddy. I always appreciate you letting me come in and BS with you all. It's a pleasure. Like I said, and I say it all the time, you guys do an outstanding job for drag racing in the community. And without you guys, it would just be a little bluer.
Aw, well, thank you. Thank you. Bob, are you still doing anything out there at Irwindale these days?
I am. Tomorrow, Thursday night, I'll be back at Irwindale for another
Good.
Thursday night under the lights in the fastest track in Southern California.
Great. We still get another year out of that,
Yeah,
right?
we still. Yep. Another year going at us. We'll get a new contract at the end of that, but at least we've got another year.
Glad to hear it.
Well, we'll catch you all next week. Next week, we're going to talk about Geezer Gassers. We're going to talk about Haggerty Insurance. We're going to give you some updates on that crash. We're going to talk about the racing. We got all good stuff coming up next week and more Match Race Madness coverage. I think next week we're going to do an interview with the infamous Woody.
Nice.
Nice.
Everybody likes a good Woody.
Indeed.
It's hard to walk when you have a Woody.
I'm
There's
leaving it there.
There's so much fun to drive. Come on, guys. What are you talking about?
Leaving it alone.
Your mind out of the gutter, Bruce.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Bring it up to the curb with the rest of us.
So much more than what's seen on these pages, ladies and gentlemen. If you missed anything tonight, well, you're not alone. That would probably be us too. But you know what? We've got one more encore presentation of this very same show coming up. And be sure to join us next week right here at Speed Scene Live.
Speed
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com.